I am stepping into your home right now without knocking, without asking for permission, because I have already heard your cry. I saw the tears you shed silently on your pillow. I felt the heaviness of your weary days and the long nights when no one noticed your pain. I come not as a stranger, but as your father, your healer, your counselor, your redeemer. I enter because my love will not allow me to remain outside. I enter because the appointed time has arrived. I enter because it is now the hour for you to see how deeply I still care for you. With my presence crossing the threshold of your life, everything begins to shift. It is no accident that you are here right now. It is not coincidence that out of countless voices, countless videos, countless distractions, you arrived at this very message in this very moment. This is not chance, this is divine direction, providence at work. You did not click out of curiosity. You responded to a whisper from heaven. That simple touch of a button was a silent yes from within your soul. And because you said yes, Yvonne, quietly, even unknowingly, declare over you today, double honor, double portion, double restoration. For those who open their hearts to me always receive more than they imagined. Even now, as you listen, the atmosphere in your home begins to change. Angels are already moving toward you. Locks are being broken. Chains are falling away in the unseen realm. I am walking into the hidden rooms of your soul, the ones you never show anyone. In those secret corners, you tucked away memories, wounds, frustrations, and dreams you thought too small for me to notice. But I am the God of details. I overlook nothing that has caused you pain. I care even for what you pretend to have forgotten. Do you remember that closet of your heart where you stored old promises? The dreams you abandoned because you thought it was too late? I am opening that closet now. I am breathing life into those very things. My breath still revives, still restores, still ignites. I am the one who calls into being what does not yet exist, the one who turns a valley of dry bones into a living army, and you, my child, are part of that army. Think of the pot left on the fire for so long it almost boiled dry, but just before it burned, water was added and the meal was saved. So it is with your soul. You have felt nearly dry, flavorless, lost in routine. But I have arrived just in time. Before the collapse, before the loss, before the breaking, I came. And I am feeding you now with my spirit. I am pouring out fresh water, renewed strength, new energy. There is still life in you. There is still grace. There is still purpose. I am the same who stood with Daniel in the lion's den, the same who walked with the 3 young men in the fiery furnace, the same who called Lazarus out of the grave. And today, I am calling you not from a physical tomb, but from weariness, from fear, from apathy, from the grip of stagnation. I am calling you into new life. I am stepping into your home and inviting you to walk with me. But before we continue, I ask something simple yet powerful of you. Engage with this message. Show agreement with a small act of faith. Each time you do, this word reaches more homes, more hearts, more of my children who are lost and desperate to hear it. Do not delay, do it now. Then return, for what I am about to release into your life must be received with your whole heart. Now listen closely. You have carried a guilt that was never yours to bear, a weight I already carried to the cross. You still blame yourself for past choices, for words you spoke, for doors that closed. But I tell you today, some doors I myself closed to protect you, and now I stand before you, not in anger but in love, saying, release it, let it go. Allow me to guide your steps, for what I have prepared ahead of you is far greater than what lies behind. Remember that unsent letter, that apology you practiced but never had the courage to speak, that hug you longed to give but held back. I am giving you the strength, the healing, and the courage to act now, not your way, but mine, but because when I enter, I do not merely fix, I renew, restore, and transform. What was worn out, hopeless, and forgotten is being made new. You may not yet see it, but in the unseen realm there is movement. Chains are breaking, answers are forming, new beginnings are stirring. It matters not if your home is small or your life feels ordinary. I have always chosen to begin great things in small places. I was born in a humble manger. I turned water into wine at a simple village wedding, and now, in your life, I am beginning something new. I chose fishermen to change the world. Yes, that's exactly where I delight to begin something extraordinary. And now, I have chosen your house. Your home will become the stage for miracles. I am already here. No lock was strong enough to keep me out. No wall was high enough to block my entrance. I have stepped into the places no one else could reach, into your deepest thoughts, into the hidden wounds you never let anyone see. I entered because only I know how to rebuild you from the inside out. People look at what is on the outside. They measure you by your posture, by the mask you wear, by the feelings you pretend to display. But I do not. I look straight into the heart. I read what you never had the courage to write down. I see it all, and I do not turn away. In fact, that is why I draw even closer. You've grown used to hiding. You've smiled on the outside while bleeding within. You've carried strength on your shoulders so that no one would notice how close you were to the breaking point. But now the time for healing has come. The time for pouring out your soul is here. The time has come to remove the mask and allow me to touch who you truly are. I don't work with appearances. I work with truth. I can only heal what you let me reach. And you have already given me space. Even in silence, you whispered, "Lord, come in," so I came. And now I take the lead. I step into the battles you could not fight alone. I take the care of your children, of your parents, of your marriage, of your finances. I lift the burden of control you tried so hard to carry. The very control that brought you only anxiety. You don't need to control everything. You only need to trust. Do you remember the boat in the storm? I was asleep and my disciples panicked. But when they called my name, I arose and stilled the sea with a single word. That is how I move. I am never late. I wait until I am invited. And now that you have called, I am here to calm your waters.com. Does not mean ignoring the storm. It means acting with wisdom, rearranging what was out of place. I do not merely cover ruins with flowers. I rebuild. I tear down what is weak, what was built without a foundation, what was crafted wrongly. And then I raise it all again, stronger, more beautiful, more true than before. So, if in the coming days you notice changes around you, doors closing, people walking away, do not be afraid. It is my hand at work. I am clearing the ground to plant something new. Think of those closets and drawers stuffed with old, useless things, expired papers, broken objects you've kept out of habit. Today, I am making that kind of cleansing in your soul. I am removing what no longer serves you, what weighs you down, what takes up space but gives no life. Because as long as you cling to the old, the new cannot enter. And I am ready to pour out the new. But first, let me clear the excess. Have you noticed how some windows in your house stay so tightly shut that the air turns heavy? The light cannot enter, and the room feels dark and suffocating. That is how your soul has been. But today, I open those windows, I draw back the curtains, I let my light stream in. And when light enters, darkness loses its grip. I am bringing light, fresh air, and the living presence of my spirit. I am pouring out spiritual freshness, mental rest, and emotional balance. This is not an illusion. It is a supernatural reality. And even now, as you hear these words, you feel it awakening within you. Your house carries a story. It holds memories of laughter, but also scars of arguments, nights of silence, and seasons without peace. I know every corner. I know the place where you once prayed and then stopped. I know the Bible left on the shelf, now covered in dust. I know the pillow, still marked with the tears of your hidden prayers, the ones you whispered so no one would hear. Today, I restore all of it. I rekindle the altar. I revive intimacy with me. I stir passion for my presence. I did not come only to stir your emotions. I came to transform you. For emotions fade, but my presence remains. And my presence is taking residence here, turning your house into a refuge, a sanctuary of healing and promise. The peace you haven't felt for months is returning. The lightness you forgot how to feel will surprise you again. Because where I dwell, chaos cannot reign. Do not trouble yourself with how this will happen. I specialize in making the impossible possible. I create pathways in deserts, streams in wastelands, and testimonies from what seemed hopeless. Just give me your heart. Let me guide your steps. Even if the path feels dark now, I am the lamp to your feet and the light for your way. You do not need to see every detail ahead. You only need to trust that I see, and my vision reaches farther than yours ever could. The days that once brought you shame will be exchanged for days of honor. The nights that soaked your pillow in tears will give way to mornings filled with joy. I am not merely wiping away your tears for comfort's sake, I am transforming them into purpose. Every pain you endured, every silent cry you thought no one noticed, will produce fruit that lasts. Not one tear you shed was wasted. I collected each one, and now I am pouring upon you fresh oil, a renewal that begins deep within, a joy unshaken by circumstances, a peace unmoved by the storms around you. Yes, you may still walk through your home with tears in your eyes, but they will no longer be tears of sorrow. They will be tears of gratitude, relief, and new beginnings. For I am turning pages you thought were already sealed forever. I am writing new chapters in your story, chapters filled with my presence, with peace, with fullness of life. Understand this. I have not stepped into your home merely to rearrange the furniture of your history. I have not come only to quiet your storms or soften your nights. I have come to go deeper, to touch your very essence, to rebuild your identity from the inside out, because I know the truth behind the smile you force, behind the strength you pretend to carry. I know the heart that has been torn, divided, and confused by all you have lived through. I know how much was stolen from you. I know the words that stripped away your confidence, the glances that diminished your worth, the gestures that left scars upon your soul. I saw when your self-worth was torn from you, piece by piece, like pages ripped from a book before the story was finished. But today, I am restoring your story page by page. Your book is not over. Your essence is not lost. Do you know who you are in my eyes? untouched, unchanged, whole. The voices of the world tried to label you. They said you were not enough. They tried to convince you that it was too late. They tried to stamp failure, defeat, and uselessness upon your soul. But hear me clearly now. None of those words ever came from me. None of those lies were born in my heart. For when I formed you, it was not in haste. I made no mistakes. I did not create you from scraps or leftovers. I shaped you with purpose and care. Every detail of who you are, every feature, every gift, every hidden strength was dreamed by me. And even after everything you have endured, the original design remains. I am the master of restoring masterpieces that the world has tried to destroy. They called you weak, but today I call you strong. They called you forgotten, but I show you I never left your side, not for a single day. They called you incapable, but I am opening doors before you that no one can shut. They called you old, used up, finished, but I renew your youth like the eagles. Now I am removing the filthy garments they draped over you, the garments of shame, humiliation, and guilt, and I am clothing you with honor. I am placing upon you a new robe, just as I placed upon the prodigal son when he returned home. I embraced him even in his dirt, his exhaustion, his weakness, and I threw a feast for him, because to me the return is always greater than the mistake. Repentance is always worth more than the past, and right now, in this very moment, heaven itself is embracing you. I am restoring even the pieces you did not know were broken. I am lifting fragments you thought too damaged to matter, those you whispered, "This isn't worth saving." But to me, it is worth saving. To me, every piece matters. I do nothing halfway. I don't bless only the surface. I go straight to the root. I pull out bitterness, insecurity, and the pain of comparison. I uproot what holds you back, what paralyzes you, what keeps you from moving forward. And in its place, I plant identity, courage, confidence, not in yourself, but in me, in who I am, and in what I am doing right now in your life. Remember when you whispered, "I'm not the same anymore." You were right. Some battles change us. Some losses weigh heavy on our souls. Some words break us in places no one else can see. But today, I am not just restoring, I am remaking you. The vessel that was shattered is being shaped again in my hands. I am the potter, and your life is on my wheel. It may have cracked, it may have fallen, but it never slipped out of my hands. And as long as you let me, I will never stop shaping you. This is not a moment of fleeting emotion. This is the beginning of a holy work I am doing in you. You are being led through a spiritual process right now. Something invisible, something eternal, is being set in motion within you. Even as you listen, I am realigning the course of your life. What was scattered will be brought into order. Paths once blocked will open. Justice will break into the places where injustice ruled. Provision will flow into the spaces of lack. Order and authority will enter where chaos once dwelled. Because when you know your true identity, you walk in clear direction. And today, I am returning that identity to you. Pause for a moment. Don't just listen with your ears, listen with your heart. That presence wrapping around you right now is real. That warmth rising in your chest, that lump forming in your throat, that urge to weep for no reason, it's your soul recognizing my nearness. I am here. I have arrived. And from this moment, you will never be the same. Not because life will stop hurting, but because you will live with the awareness of who you truly are. My beloved son, my precious daughter, the target of grace, the heir of promises. Perhaps you grew accustomed to little, but I am the God of abundance. Perhaps you've learned to endure silence, but I am the God who speaks, who reveals, who guides. You may have settled for scraps emotionally, crumbs of affection, drops of attention, a sliver of peace. But today, I break that curse. Today I declare abundance, emotional, spiritual, and relational. For those who walk with me no longer survive. On leftovers, they sit at a prepared table. A table of plenty, a table anointed, a table waiting for you. Forget the voices that told you, you'll never make it. You weren't born for more. This is just who you are. Those words never came from me. They became shackles on your mind. But today I shatter those chains. I am stepping behind the curtains of your thoughts, removing lies, healing memories, touching wounds that have lingered for decades. I am restoring the child inside you, the one who cried for attention, who faced rejection, who was left behind, who felt unseen. What was once pain will now become ministry. What was once weeping will turn into song. I am rebuilding. Your true identity is being restored. The name the world placed on you is being erased. The name I gave you is being etched into your spirit. Heaven knows you. The angels surround you. I don't just see you, I know you. And because I know you so deeply, I chose to come myself. I didn't send a messenger. I came personally. I am in your house. I am inside. I am moving. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will remain the same now that I have rebuilt your essence. Now that your identity is restored, I will not leave you alone. I did not come only to repair what was broken. I came to stay. And what now lives with you is greater than any pain that ever visited you. I give you a gift the world cannot offer and no one can take away. My Holy Spirit will no longer be a distant name, a theological idea, an abstract presence. He will be real, tangible, alive. He will be your daily companion, your voice in the silence, your comfort in the night, your fire on the cold days of the soul. The Spirit is not a wandering wind, not a fleeting feeling. He is a person. He wills, he feels, he moves. And from this day forward, he will be your intimate guest. Not as a visitor, but as a resident. He will go with you to the marketplace, ride with you on the bus, sit with you in your living room, walk with you in your yard. He will accompany you in the details, in the smallest, quietest backstage moments of life. Not only when you pray, not only when you step into church, but always. For now, you are his home. And wherever he dwells, everything changes. Colors return. Purpose awakens. Life regains meaning. Do you remember that emptiness that followed you even during happy moments? That invisible hole you tried to fill with distractions, conversations, food, work, or silence? That space was created for my Spirit. Only he can dwell there. No person, no success, no praise can fill that place. Only him, only his presence. Now that you've opened the door, now that you've welcomed me in, my Spirit takes residence in that space. And with him comes fullness. Not a fleeting happiness, but eternal joy. Not a fragile calm, but peace that defies circumstances. Not a false certainty, but confidence that silences anxiety. Not a temporary encounter, but an abiding presence. Even the forgotten corners of your heart where light never reached. My Spirit is stepping into them. He is not repelled by your mess. He is not offended by your doubts. He is not driven away by your weakness. I know exactly how to bring light into the the darkest corners, how to sweep away the dust, how to fling open the windows of your soul. What you once believed was beyond forgiveness, I am healing. What you thought could never be reversed, I am transforming. What seemed lifeless, I am breathing into again. For where my spirit dwells, there is freedom. Freedom to feel without fear. Freedom to begin again. Freedom to step fully into the person I created you to be. From this moment forward, you will begin to notice changes deep within you. Words that once passed by unnoticed will now stir something in your heart. Attitudes you once considered normal will now feel heavy and out of place. Do not mistake this for condemnation. It is cleansing. It is purification. It is my spirit at work. He is washing, shaping, refining, drawing you into deeper waters, into higher levels, into greater intimacy with me. You will sense a new hunger, a thirst no earthly thing can satisfy, a longing to be with me always. This is the unmistakable sign of life within you, the evidence of my presence, the mark of my spirit. Have you ever caught the lingering fragrance of perfume that remains on clothing long after the person has gone? So it is with my spirit. He leaves traces behind. He abides. Wherever you go, that fragrance will follow you. Others will notice. They will ask what has changed. They will say you seem lighter, stronger, more grounded, more tender, more resilient. And you will know it was not you, but my spirit in you. What once felt like simply surviving another day will now become living with purpose. What once demanded endless effort will now flow by my grace. With my spirit, the burdens you thought impossible to carry become light. The deserts of your life bloom into gardens. The Holy Spirit is not only strength, He is also guidance. He will protect you from snares before you stumble into them. He will stir your heart with unease before you step into danger. He will comfort you before the tears even fall. He will warn you before the collapse. He is your unseen shield, your inner voice, your bridge between the natural and the supernatural. Soon you will hear thoughts you did not create, whispers from within that carry a peace you have never known before. That is Him speaking. He does not shout, He whispers. Yet when He speaks, even the chaos around you falls silent. So I urge you, do not harden your heart when He begins to guide your steps. Some changes will feel drastic. Some separations will feel like painful losses. Some cuttings away will sting like wounds. But know this, they are not punishments, they are spiritual surgeries, heavenly interventions. For the Spirit not only comforts, He sanctifies. He not only embraces, He corrects. He not only soothes, He transforms. He breaks the vessel to shape it, anew, stronger, purer, more beautiful. You are not being punished. You are being refined. You are being prepared because greater things are on the horizon. You will be used. Your life will no longer be ordinary. I do not enter a house simply to bless it. I enter to transform it into an altar, a place of worship, intercession, and miracles. The Spirit who now dwells in you has not come only to comfort you, but to move you, to raise you, to use you. You will witness it with your own eyes, people, touched by your words, healed through your embrace, restored by your prayers. Not because of who you are, but because of who I am within you. The vessel may appear ordinary, but the treasure inside is eternal. You wept much, you waited long, you even considered surrendering. But now, with my Spirit alive in you, what once was extinguished will burn again. The lamp is lit, the fire is alive. My presence is real and moving. You are no longer alone, neither in your home nor in your soul. You are my temple now, a temple of glory, a temple of anointing, a temple of holiness, and nothing will extinguish. This, neither time, nor the world, nor the enemy can strip it away. For what I have given you is an eternal seal, a living covenant. Your home will no longer be just a home. It will become a place of revelation, a meeting ground with heaven, a birthplace of long-awaited promises. You will dream again. You will hear my voice more clearly. You will walk with a strength and confidence you have never known. For where my spirit dwells, there is direction, there is renewal, there is peace, there is healing, there is fire, there is power, and now he dwells within you. The winds of your life will no longer blow without aim. The seasons that come will no longer be ruled by human circumstances. I hold the wheel now, and my plan will be fulfilled. What once seemed like a distant dream now becomes your clear direction. What once felt like mere survival now becomes a mission. For I have set you apart to live something far greater than you imagined. You were chosen to take an active place in what I am doing in this generation. Pay close attention. You were not saved merely to feel better. You were saved to fulfill a calling. Every pain you endured, every tear that watered the soil of your life, every silent prayer that crossed your lips, none of it was wasted. Every moment was part of your preparation. You did not suffer in vain. You did not wait in vain. You did not fall without purpose. All of it has been fertile ground for what I am about to do through you. Now that I dwell within you, now that your heart has become good soil, divine seeds are being planted, and they will bloom. They will bear fruit. They will touch the lives of others. Your calling does not begin when your circumstances look perfect. It begins now, with who you are, with what you already carry, with the work I have already done inside you. Remember, I have always chosen the unlikely. David was only a shepherd boy. Gideon hid in fear. Moses insisted he could not speak. Yet when I step in, human weakness becomes the platform for the supernatural. I equip the simple. I raise up the fallen. I give a voice to the silenced. And now, it is you I am lifting. You will be the answer to someone's prayer. You will be healing where there is pain. You will be light where there is darkness. Do not fear the weight of your past. I have already covered it. Do not fear the mistakes you made. I have already erased them. The enemy will try to remind you of who you were, what you lost, and what you did. But every accusation will be silenced by my grace. Every shadow of shame will be broken by my blood. Every trace of guilt will be dissolved by my presence. I do not look at you the way the world does. I see what I planted inside you, and what I planted will flourish. Listen closely. I do not promise you an easy road, but I promise my faithful presence. I promise strength every morning, peace in every battle, wisdom for every decision. Yes, there will be days when the weight of the calling feels heavy, when it seems like nothing is moving, when you wonder if anyone notices you, but I see you. And in that silence, I am working the most. I am refining you. I am strengthening you. I am preparing you for more than you can imagine. There are territories you have yet to step into. There are promises yet to be fulfilled. There are people who will hear my voice only through yours. In the days ahead, you will be amazed by what I do. Doors long shut will open without you even knocking. Relationships once shattered will be restored with a single conversation. Wounds that followed you for decades will be healed so gently you won't even notice when the pain left. Because when I fulfill my plans, I attend to every detail. Not a single tear escapes my notice. Not a single whispered prayer goes unheard. What I begin, I finish. I do not leave works half done. I never abandon what I myself have raised up. I will be your sustainer, your refuge, your provider, your guide, your answer. Whatever must be done, I will do it. If I must move the heavens, I will. If I must pause time itself, I will. If I must raise up people on your behalf, I will. And if I must hide you for a season until the promise matures, I will hide you. For I care as a father, rule as a king, and guard as your Lord. I am your everything. The time of stagnation has ended. The cycle of pain is over. Now begins a new journey. Not in your strength, but in mine. Not by what you see, but by what I reveal. You will walk by faith, trusting my word, trusting the promises I whispered in secret. And soon the day will come when people seek you out, not because they admire you, but because they sense something different within you. And you will know it is my presence. It is my mark. It is the seal of my spirit. You were chosen. You were set apart. You were guarded. You were refined. You were upheld. And now you will be used. Where others retreat, you will advance. Where others stumble, you will stand. Where many doubt, you will believe. Not by your merit, but by my promise, because I care for every detail. And those who surrender all to me receive all that I am. And I am everything. I am what you lacked. I am the overflow. I am what endures. I am what completes. What began with tears will end with a song. What began in pain will end in purpose. What began with cries for help will end in glory. I have entered your house. I have filled your soul. I have rebuilt your inner being. I have poured out my spirit. And now I will fulfill every promise I made. For I am faithful. I am the Alpha and I am the Omega. I begin and I complete. I promise and I perform. I enter and I transform. I touch and I never stop caring. From this day forward, your life will carry a new direction, a new sound, a new fire, a new path. For I am within you, and that changes everything. Now that I dwell inside you, now that my spirit reigns in your home and your heart, hear me. A new season has begun. Heaven is shifting over your life. A fresh chapter is opening this very moment. This is the season of miracles. It is time to reap in the very places you sowed with tears, where you planted in pain, where you almost gave up. I am turning the page. I am positioning you. I am leading you to a place where the promise will no longer be a distant hope, but a visible testimony. The time of harvest has come. The moment has arrived for you to see with your own eyes what your heart has believed. For so long, I saw you when you prayed, even while exhaustion weighed heavy on your body. I watched when you fasted, though your strength was nearly gone. I noticed when you helped others, while your own soul felt like it was breaking in pieces. I saw it all. Nothing escaped my eyes. Nothing was wasted. You were never forgotten. The seeds you planted in the soil of obedience, faith, and perseverance are beginning to break through the ground. They are pushing upward, they are sprouting, and soon they will burst into bloom. Where you once only saw dust and ashes, you will see an abundant harvest. For I am the one who makes gardens spring forth out of the dust. I turn wastelands into celebrations. Do not doubt what I am telling you. This is not merely symbolic language, it is a spiritual decree, an eternal seal. I am releasing miracles, miracles not just of small signs, but of such power that they will interrupt cycles of pain and break patterns of emotional, spiritual, family, and financial bondage. I am undoing chains that came from generations of failure. I am cutting off roots that kept you tied to the past. And I am carving rivers of living water through valleys that once lay dry and lifeless. Unexpected blessings are on their way. Doors you never thought could open are swinging wide. Connections from heaven, people you haven't even met yet, will become my instruments to honor you, bless you, and lift you up. There will be days you ask in wonder, how did this happen so quickly? And I will whisper, it wasn't quick. Was the right time, my time, the time of promise. For I am the Lord of time. Your waiting was never punishment, it was preparation. I delayed to make the soil fertile, to deepen your roots, to remove from around you those who would have choked your harvest. And now the field is clear, the heavens are open, and blessings are beginning to pour down. You thought you had lost time, that the years had slipped away without fruit. But I am restoring to you everything the enemy tried to steal with interest, multiplied in glory. What seemed wasted will return in fullness. The joy that had fallen asleep within you is awakening. Projects you tucked away in drawers are being brought out of the dust. Dreams you abandon are being recalled one by one. I am breathing my life upon them, and you will see that what seemed dead was only waiting for my touch. What you declared finished was not finished at all, it was waiting for heaven's signal. Prepare yourself. You are entering days when everything will seem divinely orchestrated. Conversations you never scheduled will unlock doors. Opportunities you didn't know existed will be revealed. Answers you didn't even dare to ask for will come. All things aligning, all things falling into place. And it will not be coincidence, but providence. It will feel like a miracle because it will be. This is the season of divine intervention, of holy surprises, of heaven visiting earth in your life. You will be astonished by blessings hidden within the ordinary. You will see my fingerprints in small details, in simple people, in moments that seem common. For those who walk in step with my spirit, recognize miracles where others see only routine. And understand this, the blessings will not be only external. The greatest blessings are taking root within you. Peace that surpasses understanding. Joy that does not depend on money or circumstance. Confidence that silences doubt. Love that heals the deepest wounds. Faith that walks forward even when sight is absent. Authority to speak healing where sickness lingers. Wisdom to calm storms with just a word. I am awakening spiritual gifts in you that you once thought were never meant for you. They are being activated now. Discernment, prophetic vision, deep compassion, bold intercession, holy courage, tender sensitivity. You will become a channel of my miracles, an ambassador of heaven, and this blessing will not stop with you. Everything you release over your life will flow into your home. Your children will be blessed. Your grandchildren will reap the fruit of your faithfulness. The blessing will touch your lineage. Ancient curses will be broken. Family patterns of bondage will be shattered. Emotional cycles will be replaced with freedom. For I am the God of generations, and what I am doing in you will not end with you, it will overflow. It will spread, and it will leave a seal of my favor on your bloodline. There will be reconciliation where there was division, healing in marriages where there was pain, restoration of relationships long thought impossible, financial freedom where once there was lack. I am opening the windows of heaven. I am rewriting diagnoses. I am overturning negative reports. For I am the healer of healers, the Lord who owns the silver and the gold, the one who makes a way through the sea. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. And today I say to you, this is your time. Fear the future no longer. Stop repeating, I don't know what lies ahead. You don't need to know, for I do. And if you walk with me, the future is not a threat. It is a promise. My hand already rests upon your tomorrow. My plan has gone ahead of you. My blessings are waiting to meet you. Yes, there will still be difficult days, but I will sustain you with bread from heaven, with rest for your soul, with peace in the very midst of battle. For true blessing is not the absence of problems, is my presence in the midst of them. And that presence will never leave you. You will see doors open that were sealed for decades. You will see ancient promises fulfilled on ordinary days. You will witness my miracles becoming tangible in your very hands. You will touch what you once only dared to imagine. You will walk in places you once believed were unreachable. You will live what you once only whispered in hesitant prayers. For now, as the season of harvest, now is the time of manifestation. Now is the hour of visible grace. You sowed with tears, but you will reap with joy.